And then we have the men's qualification playoff. That 2 matches at 6 Eastern. That might be like 5th place, 7th place, matches, or stuff like that. And we'll see C matches maybe 6 Eastern. And the soap stuff final for the women snowboard soap stuff final. That is on NUB USA at 7 Eastern. Men's aerial is qualifying at 7:30 Eastern for skiing. And men's archery 10 climb race at 7 Eastern. And we have Denmark, USA, Italy, Japan, South Korea, Switzerland, Sweden, Canada, curling, and then women's curling. We have men's and women's team pursuit finals, men's speed skiing, as well as that's the semifinals at 8:30 Eastern. And the men's 4x7.5 kilometer relay biathlon. And this year there are 2 heats, the 7 heats to qualify for the finals. And then the men's 4x7.5 kilometer relay at 8:30 Eastern. And then that is joined in progress on USA at 9:05 Eastern. Men's archery 10 kilometer race will either be joined in progress or tape delayed. We'll be showing the last half hour. Probably joined in progress at 9:50 Eastern USA. Men's and team pursuit finals at 10 Eastern on NBC. Finals. And then men's qualification path at 10:40 Eastern. Then we have men's zeros qualifying at 11 a.m. Eastern in USA. The men's and women's aerials of rest of the men's zeros and the women's aerials qualifying at 12. So the rest of the men's fast 15 minutes. And then the aerials qualifying at 12:50. And then women's aerials qualifying on NBC as well. Then we have the men's qualification path. The rest of 15 minutes of that match for time filler on USA Network. And then figure skating preview. And then the women's short is at 12:50 Eastern. Women's short figure skating on USA Network. And then on NBC is women's snowboard slope style final. And then that is joined on. That might be tape delayed on NBC. And then they're having the free. And they're having round robin curling. Or 2-man bob. They're having 2-man. And then they're having 2-man bobsled runs 3 and 4 on stream. And then Canada, Great Britain, Germany, Switzerland, Sweden, USA. Or free ski big air men's final. Free ski big air men's final at 1:30 Eastern. And then the women's short continues on NBC. Starting at 2:40 Eastern, join boost to NBC once the free ski bigger final is done. And the rest of the women's short, and then the men's qualification path match is at 3:10 Eastern. USA. And then the women's short will be moved to NBC completely. Only on NBC after 3:10 Eastern. And then the China Denmark women's and robin curling. Sweden, South Korea, USA, Great Britain at 3:05 Eastern. And the women's team sprint pre-qualifying 3:45 Eastern. The women's slalom run 1 on USA Network at 4 Eastern. The men's and women's team sprint pre-qualifying will be joined in progress at 4:30 at 5 Eastern at USA Network. And then the women's aerials final at 5:30 Eastern at USA Network. And then the men's and women's team sprint free finals at 5:45 Eastern. Men's quarterfinal hockey at 16 Eastern. A snowboard slopestyle final. It starts at 6 Eastern Peacock. Trained in person USA Network at 6 Eastern. Women's slalom run 2. Starting at 7:30 Eastern in Peacock. Joined in press at 7:55 Eastern USA. And also during the week on stream. On NBC they have the news the news. And then they have the Today Show as well. I'm gonna have that at least, at least a couple hours, even in the Pacific time zone. And then the women's slalom run 2, or it might be that stuff that you're seeing on NBC. Might be like actually at that Pacific time in your time zone. Women's slalom run 2. 7:55 Eastern on USA Network. But then they say moved in parts to West Coast, and maybe not, Maybe not, And then when some run 2 at 7:55 Eastern during press in USA Network. And then China, Czechia, Italy, Canada, Norway, Switzerland, USA, Great Britain, men's and women's. Men's women's team sprint free finals. Either join in progress or teaming on. That's for 15 minutes, and then that's at 8:30 Eastern, and then women. And then we have a women's 4x6 kilometer relay at 8:45 Eastern biathlon. Then we have tape delayed coverage of USA Great Britain at 9:15 Eastern. Women's round robin curling. Men's quarterfinal at Hockey USA Network at 10:40 Eastern. Women's 4x6 meter relay in the biathlon will be tape delayed on NBC at noon Eastern. And then men's quarterfinal at 12:10 Eastern. Set men's and women's team sprint free finals on NBC at 2:45 Eastern and 1 Eastern. Men's quarterfinal hockey. It's their first men's quarterfinal. The second men's quarterfinal will be joining progress on USA Network at 1 Eastern. And then Canada, Italy, China, Sweden, Great Britain, Japan, Switzerland, Denmark, and women's round robin curling on Peacock at 1:05 Eastern and then 1:30 Eastern. Women's aerials final on NBC. And then short track men's 500 meter and women's relay finals starting at 2:50 Eastern. Or joining progress on USA Network at 2:30 Eastern. The men's snowboard stuff on NBC at 2:50 Eastern. The men's quarterfinal will be on NBC. It might be the USA men's quarterfinal. That will start at 3:10 Eastern on NBC. And then the women's 4x6 meter relay will be on USA. Now we are at 3:45 Eastern. Yeah, and then they have some stuff on CNBC. Maybe CNBC could be used as like the as like whatever's on NBC, you know, like extra for like the West Coast, you know, and it's on like CNBC for everyone to see, but then it's also NBC for people in the the Western those that have the news on it. Then we have the China, Germany men's round robin curling. Italy, Switzerland, Norway, Canada, Sweden, Czechia at 3:05 Eastern. Then the men's and sprint heats in ski mountaineering will start at 3:50 Eastern. They're gonna have a little bit of preview for that. Get you started for the day's coverage on NBC at USA Network at 3:45 Eastern. And it is the men's team large hill ski jump in New York combined at 4 Eastern. And the free ski halfpipe qualifying at 4:30 Eastern. At 5 Eastern, joining for us is the men's large hill ski jump on USA Network. Then the men's aerials final will be started at USA at 5:30 Eastern. Men's and sprints finals and ski mountaineering will be at 6:55 Eastern on USA Network. And the 2 and bobsled training at Eastern. Then Eastern, the men's team large 2x7.5 kilometer relay at 8 Eastern. Then Canada, South Korea, Great Britain, Italy, Japan, China, Switzerland, USA, and men's round curling. Then it joined in progress on USA Network. The men's team ultra relay 2x7.5 kilometer relay. Maybe it's 2 laps, 7.5 kilometers on NBC on USA 8:20 Eastern. And then women's bronze final will be starting at 8:40 Eastern on Peacock. And the men's free ski halfpipe qualifying will either be joined in progress or it'll be tape delayed at 8:45 Eastern USA Network. And the men's 1500 meters speed skiing final at 10:30 Eastern on USA Network. Men's aerials final will be on NBC at noon Eastern. And then the men's 1500 meter will be shown live on NBC as well. And then at noon